Hi, I joined a little early because I'm trying to do something that I was told to do, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna work. So just say hello as you join in. And for anybody that might be new, if you want to give permission to Facebook so that I can see your name, there is a link in the description to do so, and I'll be right there. Let's see if I can do this.
A link in the description.
Oops, I do not want to hear myself. I don't think what I was told to do is going to work. Okay, we still have a minute before I'm going to get started. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know why I see everybody else's lives, but mine don't come up. Let's see. Thank you for sharing. That's what I'm trying to do, Stacy. I am doing well. I'm trying to share my live to now I got it. I've got it, I think. If I could type. And I just have to go one more other place. So thanks for your patience. Okay, done. Done and done. How is everybody? I see Stacy. I see Facebook user. I'm going to see if I can see who that is over here. Because you have to be in a million different places to see things for some reason. And hopefully I could see it if I go here. Happy Tuesday. Okay, here we are. I see some comments. Hi, Ruth. Aw, I hope you're doing well. I know you were away for a bit. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Carol. Thank you so much for joining. So if I don't know if it's Ruth or Lynn or Carol, for some reason here, I know you've given Facebook permission before. Maybe if you want to try doing it again, so I could see your name on the computer in front of me because I'm looking at the computer to my right, which is fine. I can still see names. Anyway, I'm going to, guess what? I still have a candy in my mouth from earlier, so I'm going to spit that out and throw it out. Hold on. Okay, it's gone. I don't want to be eating candy and talking to you. My name is Antoinette Bay with the Paper Papillion. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Limerick, New York. And I'm so happy for you to be here joining me tonight as we create a card using the Bottled Happiness stamp set from Stampin' Up! I've used it a few times, but I don't think I've used it on a live. And I am casing again tonight, casing for those of you that may be new and have not heard of casing. It means copy and selectively edit, or copy and share everything. And then there's a third thing. So basically it means if you're going to copy, you can, if you're going to post it online, somebody can grab it and they can copy and share it. Now, if you're hopefully like me, you're going to change colors, change papers, maybe slightly change a design, used in different embossing folders. And so that's what I always do. I'm not the most creative person in the world. I'm not great with color combinations. I do reach out to Pinterest a lot for that, but still I don't know what's better in the back and what's better in the front. So, and there are color combinations that go really well. And unless I see it on another card, I would never think of it myself. So yeah, I like to see other people's work and then try to work with that or work with their color combinations as well. So that's a little bit about how I craft. Carol says, I can't find the permission on Facebook, so I'll watch here. Oh, I'm sorry, Carol, that you can't find it. It should be into the description somewhere. I wonder if I could, if I can possibly, no, I can't do that. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I could actually get the link and see if I could copy it in here. If anyone sees the link in my description on Facebook, if you could copy it and drop it in here, I'm going to see if I see it on Facebook. Yeah, here it is. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to drop it in. Let me see if that helps. Comment, Control V. Let's see. That is not what I was looking for. Hold on. I'm going to try one more time to copy this. Edit, copy, and then I'll paste it in the comments. Edit and paste. Okay. There is a link there now. I put it in the comments. Maybe you can see it there. It's just actually StreamYard.com/Facebook for anyone that needs it. Okay, let's get started. So I'm using some things that are retiring. May 2nd is right around the corner. I think it's, when is May 2nd? Is it next Tuesday? Yeah, I think it's Tuesday. When I go live next Tuesday, the catalog will be live. I've mailed a lot of my catalogs today. And by the way, Ruth, yours is in the mail. I saw you here. And a couple of others that usually join me here, your catalogs are in the mail. A couple of them, I did get emails today requesting them. So they'll go out tomorrow. My husband will bring them to the post office for me tomorrow. Let's see. And anyone who's local, please feel free to stop by and grab your catalog. Just let me know. Send me a text or an email letting me know you're going to swing by and grab it. And others that are not so local, I'll be making my rounds over the weekend, so you have it before May 2nd. Anyway, so next week it'll be an exciting day because I'll be able to show you the catalog at our next Facebook Live, the inside of the catalog, and hopefully most of you will have it by then. So we're using the open weave ribbon polished pink. I want to get a little bit more use out of this polished pink tonight. And we're going to use the Parakeet Party Baker's Twine, and of course the Bottled Happiness stamp. I'm going to move everything over. And we are using the Granny Apple Green piece of paper from the Brights selection of 6x6 papers. This was the paper that was used in my Sweet Citrus class. Was it Sweet Citrus? Yes, Sweet Citrus class with Heather in, I think, February. And then last week I used the In Color Opal Rounds. I'm going to be using those again tonight. I'll put those over here. And then polished pink cardstock and Granny Apple Green cardstock. We'll be using that along with some other pieces. So I decided tonight I'm just going to cut the paper down to the size that we need. Even though this is the size, I'm going to use my trimmer just in case later we have anybody new joining us on replay or anybody new that has not seen how to cut a piece of paper. cardstock to the size that you want it. So I am just going to take a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and I want it to open like a book. So I'm going to cut it halfway at 5.5. The paper's 11 inches long, so I'm cutting it at 5.5. And then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to score it. So now it's 8.5. I want to score it in half. I want a nice score line in the center. So I'm going to score it, make sure my cutting blade is up on top, and score it at 4.25. So there's my score line. Okay, so that's how to use the trimmer for and how to cut it down for a book fold. Otherwise, you can cut it vertically, and we'll do that next time. Okay, so this is our card base, polished pink. So now I'm going to take a scrap paper. So for anyone that is getting a catalog, here's a wish list. I made a little tag that will be on the on your wish list. There's a tag, and your catalog will open up to the page where the stamp set is in the catalog. Okay, so this is going to be used as scrap right now. I'm going to do some stamping. Now, I already die cut with the stitch shapes, which is retired. I finally was able to order my stylish shapes, which has a lot more options in sizes, but I haven't been able to order it. So I've been using, thank goodness I have this, because I love the stitching around the circles, the ovals, and the squares. But this is going to be going into my BOGO sale when I decide to have it. So this is stitch shapes. I'm getting my last use out of that because my stylish shapes will be coming soon. So I was able to die cut these 3 pieces. But for now, we're going to do, actually, we're not going to stamp. We're going to take a white piece of cardstock, and we're going to cut that down to size as well. So I want this to be 4 inches. So I'm going to bring that to the 4-inch mark by 5.25. And I want 2 of them, one for the inside and one for the top layer. And that's at 5.25. And then this will go to 5.25. Whoops. Okay, 5.25. And we'll put that to the side for later. Okay, so I have my 4-inch by 5.25 pieces now too. Then we're going to take the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine, and we're going to emboss one of these pieces of white. So I don't need this. I just need the base plate. I need the basics 3D embossing folders. And on my original, I used, here's some of the other 2 designs. There's this one, and there's this one. But I don't want them to stand out too much. So I'm going to go with something a little more subtle and use this plate instead, which has been one of my favorites since this set came out. And so we'll put this white piece. This is going to be the top layer. And we will, this is the only thing that we're die cutting or using the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine for, is this particular piece. And I'll bring it back here. And there's the image right there. So you could use that side, which is flat, and this side, which is raised. Now on my original, I used the flat side, but tonight we'll use the raised side. And so that was just the base plate, because the folder is a 3D folder, so it's a thick folder. So you just use the base plate and the gray piece. You don't need any of the clear plates for a 3D folder or the shim. Okay, so here's my scrap. I'm using this just for stamping. So this piece is for the inside. This piece is for the top of the card. And we're going to take a scrap piece I want to get all our stamping done. Take a scrap piece of Granny Apple Green, and we'll also get our envelope ready too. And we'll do it all now. So we're going to use polished pink for the flowers and Granny Apple Green for the leaves. Let me put all this that we're not using at the moment to the side. So now I like to, the Stamparatus would be a good tool for this, but I really never could get the hang of the Stamparatus. It always got, the paper, the cardstock would just kind of pull and then pull it out of the position I needed it in. So it never really worked out for me. I don't know. I see people online that use that and it's perfect, but for me, it never worked. And it doesn't matter now because the Stamparatus is going away anyway, and it will be in my BOGO sale for anyone who might be looking for it. I'm not sure when that BOGO sale is going to be though yet. I haven't decided. Now I'm trying to figure out, oh, here. I want it to go this way. Okay. So I'm going to stamp the flowers in polished pink first. And I'm going to do that on everything. I might as well just keep going with the polished pink. I'll put that to the side. And then I'm going to do the envelope front. And I don't want a lot to show on here. And then I'm going to do the envelope back. And I'm going to open the flap. And I'm going to go the opposite side here. And throw that on there. Okay. I'll put that to the side. And then I'm going to do the inside. This is the inside piece for the card. And then I'm going to show you how I line it up without a Stamparatus or any special tool. I want just a little bit to show here. Hi, Patty. Hi, Sonia. I still couldn't find the permission, so had to move to YouTube. Okay. Thank you, Elizabeth, for trying. I thought I put it in the comments here on Facebook, but I'm sorry if you can't find it. But thank you for going over to YouTube. You get all the same information and the same video, right? Doesn't really matter. Actually, though, here on Facebook, I think there's a little bit more activity, comments and things like that. But I see your comment, so thank you. Okay, so we're going to put the polished pink away because I don't think we need it anymore. Now I'm going to take the Granny Apple Green. I love the combination of Granny Apple Green and polished pink. Last week, I really loved the combination of the Rich Razzleberry and the Fresh Freesia. But the Rich Razzleberry is going away. It's retiring. Okay, so now this is my landmark, this largest flower in the middle right there. You could see it on the whole piece. See that big flower right there? That's my landmark flower. And so I'm going to find the one that this middle one right here, this tiny little flower here, goes right in the center there. And then I'm going to match up all the other centers of the flowers. And that's where this will go. See? It's pretty easy. You just, and I'm sitting down. I didn't even have to stand for that. It's not as hard as it looks to match it up. Because these two are very close together. And so they're very close together on here as well. Let me ink that a little bit more. So now I hope I don't mess it up. But I haven't yet. So I think with my sample, I hadn't messed it up. So I was doing pretty good. Yeah. See, it's kind of easy. No, I say that for me, but it may not be for everybody. But if I can do it, I think without too much trouble. And I'm sitting. Okay, let's see if I can do this one, because this is the whole piece. Now you really want to make sure all the flowers are in the right place. Pretty sure they are. Okay, so that came out pretty good too, right? So I'll put that one to the side, and then we'll just do our envelope. And the only other stamping we're going to do tonight is with Versamark. Oh, I have to turn this around a bit and see where I'm going. Let's see. Hope you all had a nice weekend. I know it was a couple of days ago. Mine was busy. I had book club on Friday night. We have a new, I had a book club, and then I had dinner with neighbors, and then on Saturday, and then we had a communion on Sunday. So it was kind of a busy weekend. Something every day. We don't often have something every day. But I have a new book for book club, and I'll show you what it is. Don't let me forget. Okay, so there's our stamping. Now let's get to the Versamark part for the sentiment. So we're just going to stamp. Let's see, I want this piece to be about 4.5 inches. So I'm going to grab my trimmer again. Actually, it doesn't even matter. Well, no, it kind of does, because it'll give me a better idea of where to stamp. So this is a 1-inch piece, I believe, already cut. Yeah. And so I'm going to bring it to about 4.5 and just cut that excess off. Okay. Okay. So let's get, where's my embossing buddy? Did I not take it out? Oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm going to use my little powder full. I don't know exactly what's in here, but it's what helps get any kind of dust and things like that off the paper. And then when I put it into the embossing powder. Okay, the stamp set I'm using for the sentiment does not come from this set, because I wanted it to be longer and like 2 lines. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this one, So Lucky to Call You Friend, on here. And I'm going to bring it down a little bit, because I don't want it to be a full 1-inch piece of cardstock. And then we'll just put it in our embossing powder. Okay. And then I'm going to shut off the volume so you don't hear the heat tool going. Okay, so now I'm going to trim down. I have my small, I just want to trim a little. This small one works best, the small paper trimmer. And so it's going to get trimmed down to about, I guess, a little bit less than 3/4 of an inch. Okay. So yeah, I want it to be kind of close. Okay. And then I'm going to snip the edges and flag the ends. Let's see. Now, some of you may have a punch that does this. I do, but it's in the closet and I don't feel like getting up. And it's the old one that we used to have. And let's go this way. I think I may have made it a little bit shorter than I wanted, but that's okay. We will work with what we have. Okay, and that's that. And I think we can lift this now. Okay. Let's see, is anybody... Ruth says you always have good... Oh, I think you're talking about book. The books. Yeah. The last one we read was What She Left Behind. I'm looking for my cleaner. I don't see it. Okay, I'm just going to wipe this off because we are going to use this again. The So Lucky to Call You Friend. I don't see my cleaner here. It's usually in my container. My rolling card, I should say. So I only want the word friend. So in the polished pink ink. So I'm going to take Post-it note tape and cover up the other words, leaving friend open. And I don't want it to come through at all. Okay, so I'm just doing that. And I'm going to take, let's see, the polished pink. So I'm masking all the other words, and I'm only, I mean, I could have done just this too, but I don't want any of the other words getting on my card, my envelope at all. So now I'm going to peel that back. See, that little bit would have gotten on my card. So I'm going to peel it back and then take the envelope, and I want to put friend on the front. I always do things like this because I always imagine it being handed with a gift or something. So not necessarily mailed all the time, you know. So I like to fancy it up with little words too here and there. Okay, so now we have this. Now this, I remembered now who I cased. I did a little research last week for our card last week. Her name is Jamie, and it starts with a B. Barbski. I don't know the last name. Jamie Barbski, something like that. She is really good at quick and easy cards. So when you don't have a lot of time, she is good to go to. So that is who I cased last week. I figured it out, and that is who I'm casing again. And I will show you the original that I cased from her. I used the same colors, but I did use different ribbons. I think I changed out the paper a little bit. I don't 100% remember. Okay, so you see what I did? I did liquid glue on the back because it's easier to manipulate, and I needed to manipulate that because it wasn't centered properly. Okay, and now I'm going to take, I don't need this piece. I'm going to take, let's see, the pink stitched one. And I'm also going to stick with liquid glue here because I'm gluing it up against an embossed piece. So I'm going to go there. Someone just said hi. I don't know who. Lois. Hi, Lois. Hi, Patty. Patty says cute set. Hi, Christine. Hi, Anita. I can see a few names coming through here. Thanks for being here, everybody. And then we'll use, now I can use this side or this side, but I am going to stick to the other side. I like the crisscross side. This is a sweet and simple card. And then we'll go here. I just realized I have like the same color nail polish on. I didn't even plan that. I just had it for the communion on Sunday, and I just realized it's the same color. And then we'll go like that. Polished pink. I don't think that's what it was called in the jar, but it sure looks polished pink to me right now. And then this one will go like this. So I have the flowers going that way, and then we'll put some ribbon and the tag here. I think maybe a little bit more that way. And now I already have the other half of the ribbon that I cut. So I took this ribbon, cut it in half lengthwise on the other card. And now I will do the same here and just bow it. And use a glue dot. that down, and then we'll get the Parakeet Party twine. Even though this is Granny Apple Green, it's Parakeet Party. It's a little more yellow, so it's a little bit lighter. And we'll bow that. And maybe make it a little bit longer. Let me see. Sorry. I think I want a little bit more string of the twine hanging loose than not. Okay. Okay, so then I'll cut that off. And if it's too long, we can always cut it off, right? And then I'll get some glue dots. Hi, Gwen Andresen from Australia. Thank you for joining, Gwen. I'm sure it's early morning there, right? What time is it in Australia right now? I don't know how many hours ahead you are. And then we'll just put down a couple of glue dots. They're going to get hidden anyway. And that goes there, and then this goes there. Okay. And then we'll take some dimensionals and go across like that. But I don't want any dimensionals sitting on top of the ribbon. So what I'm going to do is make sure I have a glue dot on top of the ribbon only. No dimensionals. Love the polished pink and Granny Apple together. Me too. Me too, Stacy. Okay. Stay tuned to the end. I have the 2 cards from last week that I'm giving away too, because I'm giving to sharers and commenters. And that's going to go like that. So see how I left this little space open, the part that's going to sit right on top of the ribbon so that it's not doubly raised. Okay. I might want to raise this just a little bit. Okay, so there's the ribbon. I'm going to do some cutting here now that I know how much I have and how much I kind of want to show. I'd rather have more than less. Okay. Alrighty. There's that. Now we can add some gems. So I'm going to take I still have some left here. These are the in colors. So the polished pink is an in color that is no longer going to be available. Oh, let's put the inside in here first. Let's just put some, I'll take my adhesive to that. That's easy enough to place. You know, and if you have a nice long letter you want to write to somebody, you can always put another white piece on this side and maybe do the flower up here and the other one down here, and you have a nice long place to write. And then we'll get my tweezers. And we'll get the polished pink dots. I think these are really pretty. I don't even know if they're still available, but I think they're really pretty. I used them last week. I used the freesia, and this week we're using the polished pink. I don't want to put it on there. I'm going to put it down here. On my sample, I put it on there. You know what? Let's just go for it. Let's do a few more. These are retiring anyway, so let's do one more down here and another one here. No, I don't want to go like that. I want to go that. Let's see. Isn't that funny? That drives me nuts. Placement. Well, I guess I do want to keep it that way. I didn't want it to be the same as up there, but all right, we'll keep it that way. There you go. there's the card with the envelope. So I appreciate all the shares. So listen, it was really hard to kind of go through and find all the big capital letter shares. If you share, some of you, I can see it in the shares button. Some of you, if I'm friends with you on Facebook, feel free to Facebook friend me to my personal page, Antoinette Rendazzo Bay, and I will accept. And that way I could see, I think I'll be able to see your name when you share at the little button. Otherwise, if you're sharing somewhere to a group that allows sharing, please write in capital letters that you did that here so I can find you easily. Sometimes if you put it like in a sentence, I won't see it. So if it's just the one word with capital letters, it stands out. Okay, so I don't want to miss anybody. If I did for this week from last week's shares, I'm sorry, but I did the best I could. So let's see. So this is the card tonight. All right. And the original is exactly the same way. So next week I'll be giving one to a sharer and one to a commenter. And they're exactly the same. I changed nothing. So the original, I'm pretty close to the sample that I saw. That I recreated. However, I used the same colors. I did not use the same stamp set. I did not use this. There was no embossing going on. I didn't use the same gems and I didn't use the same, this I made a long time ago. I didn't use the same ribbons. So I can't show you the original, like what the girl did. But I could show you that I recreated it with the same colors. I don't think this is the same paper. I'm not 100% sure, but the ribbons are different. So I like the brightness of these, but I still like this too. So that's where the idea, the inspiration came from. And then last week I showed you the original card, which was the same person. And then I recreated it using different inks and whatnot. Okay, so those are, thank you, Carol. I see it. Nice big letters. I see it twice. Thank you. Let's see. Elizabeth said, I got my country floral kit. Yay, yay. I will start to work on it after my live. Oh, have a good time. Enjoy it. I'm glad you like it. I got a really nice emails. I've been getting some emails and I haven't asked anybody if I can use them on my social media. It's kind of personal, but I got from this last kit, I got a couple of really special emails. So I wish I could share them, but I never asked if I could. So thank you for that. I'm glad. I put a lot of work into that kit and it's really special to me. I really like it. So like I said, I take classes so that I can bring you ideas that you may not know of. And I really enjoy doing that. So I purchase classes myself and then I tweak things. I use different papers and I write my own tutorials and take measurements. I don't necessarily always get measurements and it's a whole big thing. So I really enjoy working on that and challenging myself. So before I get moving, I just want to mention one other thing. So these two cards will be given out as Prize Patrol next week. Okay. And the other thing with Prize Patrol that I've noticed, it seems that I keep hitting on the wheel. It's not me, it's the darn wheel, but it keeps hitting the same names, which is fine. But I think if you've already won in a month, we're going to move on to somebody who hasn't. Okay. So as long as I'm using that wheel, I think that's kind of the fair thing to do, is to just spin the wheel. If it lands on somebody that won last week or the week before in the same month, I'm going to spin it again and give somebody else a chance. So I hope you all agree with that and understand that. But that's how I'm going to work it. So I'm hoping it's not going to be a problem. So that's for next week. Let me show you the book. So the last book I chose, which was What She Left Behind, and our book club loved the book. I was really happy with it. A couple of our book club members are historical fiction readers. So when I saw that book, it was labeled as a historical fiction. It was very, very good. So I highly recommend What She Left Behind by Ella Marie Weissman, if you're a reader. And the next book was chosen by one of our other book club members, by Colleen Hoover. Now, I read one of her books. I wasn't all that crazy about it. It was called Verity. Well, I liked it, but I didn't. But now she's writing with this person, Taryn Fisher, who I heard is kind of like a dark writer. So the combination of the two, I'm interested to see, because she's not a dark writer, not that I'm aware of. So I'm interested to see how they write together. The other book that I read that was co-authored was Mad Honey, which was great, really great. So I'm excited to read this book, but I didn't start it yet. I just got it. Book club was Friday night and I ordered it and I just got it. And I love a hardcover book. I know I'm crazy because I bring it to work with me back and forth, and my bag is heavy enough with the laptop and the headphones and all that stuff. But you know what? I like a hardcover book. Anyway, my next venture is I started a private group, and it's called Book Crafters. I did not invite anybody yet. If anybody here is interested in being part of that group, I'm developing it, and it's called Book Crafters. So it's BOOKRAFTERS, Book Crafters. So obviously there's going to be some sort of craft involved every month in that group. So I'm putting it together now. If you are interested in books, another book for me to check out. Oh, that's what Lynn said. Thank you, Lynn. If you're interested, all you have to do is comment here, or actually what's better is send me an email. My email is in the description, and let me know that you would like to be invited to that private group. I haven't gotten around to inviting people yet. The only person in it right now is my daughter, the two of us. But my book club members will be invited to it, the ones that are on Facebook anyway. And it's going to be kind of a book crafter, books and crafting kind of thing. So anyway, I hope you'll be interested if you're a book reader. That's that. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, yes, I have a few things here to share. So this is the last few days of the Sweet Stampin Friends tutorial. That's 10 projects created by 10 different demonstrators, including myself. One is usually a scrapbook page. So there's usually 9 cards on a scrapbook page. This is my card in that tutorial. And there's a few days left for that tutorial. Then there is my welcome to the team. Anybody who's interested in the starter kit, it's $99 and you get $125 worth of product, and shipping is always free on that first starter kit. That means that you would become a demonstrator if you signed up under me, if you bought the starter kit from me, and you'd get a welcome packet and a little card. And then you'd be on my team Papillion Stampers, and it's a lot of fun. And there are some things that you have to just maintain if you wanted to stay a demonstrator, and you do not have to do what I do. You could just be a happy shopper and a hobbyist. And then I always mention that because you never know who might join here that's new and is not a demonstrator and might think that that's an interesting thing to do if they're into stamping, card making, stamping, scrapbooking, and whatnot. And also, my very last thing before we get to Prize Patrol is right now I have a special using the host code. It is in the link that if you place a $50 purchase, you not only get the Sweet Stampin Friends tutorial, the 10 projects for free, you'll get a thank you card from me, but now is an opportunity to get 5 handmade cards that I've created. Not recently, like some are recent, some are a little bit older, a couple of months here and there. So I'll give you a sample of what some of the cards might look like. This might be one packet right here. Now, I may have done this on a Facebook Live. This is 1. This is 2. Yeah, this one I definitely did on a Facebook Live. This is 3. This is a case of somebody. I did different colors. This is 4. I think I did this on a Facebook Live. And this is 5. I don't know if I did this on a Facebook Live or not, or if it was part of a kit. So that's a sample of what a 5 cards for free to your door, no shipping. You don't have to pay for shipping. So it's a minimum $50 purchase to get the 5 cards and the Sweet Stampin' Friends tutorial. Okay. So that's the last thing. That is active. That host code is active until this Friday, the 28th, and then it will close out. Excuse me. And then next week, I will have a new host code with, I don't know what my offering will be, but there will be something going on for the new catalog. But if anybody's interested in that right now, that the 5 cards, that's what I'm doing. So these are the cards from last week. I think you can see them all right with the plastic on it. Let me get my wheel going on my other computer. So give me a second while I look this up. So now I have 2 that I have to do because I have the sharers and the so the first one that's up is the sharers. So I am going to spin the wheel. This is everybody I could find, even on YouTube, from last week. So the first card's going to go to a sharer. Elizabeth Hightower, you are getting one of these cards from last week. It'll be in the mail by the weekend. Congratulations. Now let me go to the other file. Open. Let's open 425 commenters from 418, which was last week. Okay, so here we go. This is for the comments from last week. I like to look at it on screen to see who it is. Nancy Adams, congratulations. I have your address because you are a card kit to go club member, or club member, not club member. It's not a club. It's not a, well, it is kind of a club. But anyway, Nancy Adams, you are the winner of the second card. So congratulations to Elizabeth and Nancy. I have both of your addresses, so those will be in the mail by the weekend. Thank you, as always, for being here and participating with me and supporting me here on social media, just by commenting and sharing and purchasing my kit to goes. And my May kit, just FYI, while we're talking about that, my May kit, let me put names on here so I don't forget. This is going to be Elizabeth. My May kit what's going to happen is when that catalog goes live on Tuesday morning, thank goodness I'm home from work because I'm going to be up really early placing my order. I have an idea of what I want to use, but the paper is not on pre-order, so I can't get it early. I have to wait until May 2nd. I'm going to ship it fast because otherwise I'll never get it. And I'm going to try to work on something so that the following week, when I come live, I will have a May card kit for you. And then after that in June, Heather and I will be back to doing it together. But for May, I'm still doing. So it was Elizabeth and Nancy Adams. Okay, so I will be Elizabeth Hightower. I will be doing something for May. It's just you're not going to see it for 2 weeks from today. You'll see the kit for today. And then next week, I'll be sharing the host code special that I have going on. Okay. So again, thank you so much. Let's see. Thank you so much for sharing the card today. Oh, you're welcome. Hi, Betty. I'm just seeing Betty. You're welcome, Elizabeth. You're welcome, Stacy. Okay, so I'll see everybody next Tuesday, which is May 2nd. Big exciting day, new catalog day. Yay. It doesn't get old. It just is the same every year. It's just as exciting as the day that I joined to me. But anyway, I'll see you next week. Take care. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.